Hi, I've got CloudcraftGames on the line, and we're going to be looking at another puppy game. We did Puppy Games' Revenge of the Titans yesterday, and now we're going to look at Basingstoke, or Basingstoke. We're not quite sure. Hi, Cloudcraft. How you doing?
Well, welcome to Basingstoke, and I'm doing pretty good.
All right, so I guess
you have to type in "welcome to Basingstoke," otherwise, all you'll come up with is stuff from the actual Basingstoke when you type it in a Google search.
Well, that makes
Although,
sense.
You'll still come up with stuff from the actual place when you type in a Google search.
So Basingstoke is a real place in England, but I'm betting that this game is not about the reality of living in Basingstoke, UK.
Yeah, this game is about a zombie apocalypse / alien invasion.
So I guess I should focus it so that it actually starts animating and stuff. I guess I should click play.
Yes, you should.
Dan31 has joined us in the chat. I assume the campaign is what we want.
Yeah, the horde is really kind of just a side thing. Most of the really interesting mechanics are not there. So, I have no idea why there is a continue button on this screen.
I guess because I can be different people?
It doesn't seem to do anything different than clicking on the icon for the character class you want to play as.
So are there okay, so is this a bunch of locked stuff here that I'll eventually unlock?
Yes. Yeah, you will not unlock that
a priest.
Quickly, but all of the unlockable classes, they will get stuff at every level, basically.
Okay.
That is free, which the basic class doesn't, but they have, quote, harder enemies, which causes more difficult enemies to show up earlier and in places they don't normally.
Huh.
And it might also make the default enemies faster, but I'm not sure.
So should I just hit OK now that I've got Gavin, who, obviously looks just like me?
I always just hit the actual symbol for the class.
All right,
and,
there we go.
And then after that, there'd normally be a level select, but this is your first time.
I can see why they might not expect people to click that particular. That button didn't look like it was a continue button, so I can see why they'd want to double up. These folks have been pretty good about giving you some nice redundant UI when you need it.
Yeah, where it gets confusing is when you're actually trying to load games.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Please take a visitor pass. You're giving me one. I've got a visitor pass. So, is this a top-down shooter?
It's a top-down something.
Top-down shooters. I know. I played Synthetic in this room the other day, and it gave me a horrible cramp in my wrist because this desk is so low. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
So what are these? This game is already horrifying.
This person is telling you what these are. Also, you just picked up a sandwich.
Oh, so I can throw sandwiches at the bunnies.
Yeah, so these bunnies are teaching you the game's stealth mechanics.
Oh,
and
so
if you stay here long enough, the person will explain to you how they've got sight and sound detection, and if you hold shift, you can walk.
Ooh, okay, so...
and when you're walking, you don't make any sound.
Oh, hey, bunnies. Look at me.
So
you don't know where I am.
This is a place you can come back to at any point to play around with the stealth mechanics to refamiliarize yourself.
Check out the Fog of War. Wow.
Yeah, so that fog is actually carried over from Droid Assault.
Oh, okay, which is the one that we skipped.
Carried over. Yeah. Also, you'll notice when you're running, you're making little white circles. Those white circles are actually your noise cone, and if you stop, it stops expanding. So there's actually a bit of a delay between when you start running and when you start making noise. And so you can actually run a little bit, then switch to walk, run a little bit, switch to walk, and not make any noise.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see I bet there's a lot of risk of making mistakes if just hitting a key will suddenly make a bunch of noise. I shouldn't be in here, but this was the only lift that I could take.
Yeah.
What is...
I would say hang around because the guys on the side say funny things. We do want to actually show you the game.
He
is,
as
opposed to just the sense of humor, which is good.
So I can switch between my my items with the mouse wheel.
That's your inventory. Left click is confirm when you're in the inventory.
Okay,
and
so I won't instantly
you
throw
pause
something.
whenever you're in your inventory. So you can pause just by scrolling the mouse wheel.
Oh, interesting. And so like the encyclopedia of like what things are is just like
Yes.
I navigate it with the mouse wheel and clicking. That's interesting.
Occasionally, you'll see a little prompt to press tab pop up in the upper left, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That will be to pull up the encyclopedia entry for something new.
Okay.
But you can always go into the encyclopedia if you miss it to see what something is.
All right. So I'll just keep going through here because, you know, what harm could that do?
Yeah. Also, you might notice how when you move the mouse off in a direction, that changes where your view is.
Oh, yeah. So I can like sort of spy off in that direction if I want to. This is kind of reminding me a little bit of Quantum Break. Like I'm wandering around in the middle of some horrifying experiment that seems to be bending reality. Okay, so I've got a visitor pass. Hey, can I show you my visitor pass? Nope.
So I'm pretty sure that guy's supposed to tell you that you need to go clean up in the bathroom first.
Oh, well, there we go. This seems like exactly where I want to be. I think I can make my little guy just like look around. Like I feel like I get opportunities to emote with just these very tiny movements.
Yeah, that's also actually an important mechanic too, is where your person is looking, not just for aiming.
Ah!
There are certain things that you will only interact with when you're looking at them.
Oh, gotcha. So, it's worth pointing out, we skipped this in the video, but this game has a really serious epilepsy warning at the beginning of it. So, if you are at any risk of epileptic seizures, you might also not want to watch this video. We did not choose the reduced flashing option.
Yeah. The flashing really does add a lot to the atmosphere, but the fact that they have an option to get rid of it is really good.
Yeah, I actually kind of I hope that they have a similar option in the game we played yesterday, Revenge of the Titans, because that screen also is constantly flashing and scrolling and doing weird things.
Yeah, I think they do.
Where am I going? Ah! Oh, what is this? I found a torch!
This is a core game mechanic.
All right. So
you can also press F to turn the light on and off if that's more convenient.
Okay.
So the light doesn't just make things more visible and you more visible. It also causes anything that you can loot to be highlighted, and you can't loot it unless you've made it highlighted.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And it increases the maximum distance your view can scroll.
Oh, you're right. I am further away, aren't I?
Yeah. You'll notice if you turn off the light, it'll slowly zoom in on you.
Oh, neat. Pretty subtle stuff there. Because everything here is using English terminology, like things are called lifts and torches.
You're going the wrong way.
I feel like I should be like speaking in an English accent the entire time, but my accent's not that good, so I'll spare everyone that.
Please do.
All right. I might occasionally drop an R here and there.
There's a door to the labs there.
Right
and
here?
if that's not the okay.
There's signs on the. Oh, here we go. Wait, it's locked.
Okay, if you can't go through that, there is a hole in the
hole!
wall.
Oh, look at this. Hey, check it out. This is where we go.
By the way, you don't have to do this in the tutorial, but as soon as you're out of it, as a general rule, you want to go around blind corners and doors with the light off, and ideally walk in.
Oh, okay. Oh, looks like a zombie type situation. Hi, zombies. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, everything in this game kills you in one hit.
Everything kills you in one hit?
Well, I guess the fire you can stand in for like a second and it won't kill you. So, see how those bodies are highlighted?
Yeah.
Also, you have a tab prompt. Hit tab.
Let's see here. Okay. The new enemy, the Prowler. It kills you one hit. It's slow moving. It's weak. Hunts in packs. Weaker from behind. Sometimes has loot. Okay. I found a sandwich. It can be thrown. It's irresistible to enemies. And it's a part of 4 crafting recipes. That's a lot of information. I appreciate that. So I've got sandwich,
they are
sausage
much
roll.
better, and now you've got a sausage roll. which it's popping up another thing.
Is that similar to a sandwich? It's reusable.
It's reusable if the enemies don't eat it, which they
gotcha.
usually do. Also, you have a zombie on you now.
Oh, hello. Okay, so I should...
So yeah, one of your guys just died, by the way.
Was he my guy?
There is a body inside that room that you need to collect.
Inside that middle room? Okay, this guy's my
Yes.
friend. Okay. Here.
So the way doors work, when you touch them, they open, but they stay open as long as you're within a short distance of them.
Okay. I don't see... I see another body in the hallway over here.
Yeah.
More sausages.
If this weren't the tutorial, you'd be getting a lot more than just sausage rolls.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think... so far, I haven't gotten any weapons, though. That's the interesting part. I've just got distractions.
Yep.
So, I don't see anything telling me...
Also, to clarify on the throwing mechanics, you can hold, and it will show you your aiming arc. I would throw one past the zombies. That might help you out.
I am dead.
You're dead now.
How far back do I go?
I don't actually know in the tutorial. I've never died in it.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm glad to have a special distinction. Okay, so back here.
Indeed.
That's not too bad. Sausage rolls, sandwiches, sausage rolls. Okay, you guys come with me.
Let's not
screw around.
You can change it so that walk is default and shift is run, but I usually don't, because when zombies suddenly spot you all of a sudden, hold walk, or the zombie will hear you.
Okay, I got a sausage roll. I'm like sneaking around.
Yeah. Yeah, if the thing is, when zombies suddenly spot you, it's faster to let go of shift than it is to press shift.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. That makes sense. Okay, so let's get away from this zombie and okay, dead bodies. Oh,
You need to go
solid
through the
wall. All right.
Turn off the way if you don't want to be seen.
It's interesting that see what feature, what mechanic a game puts on the space bar tends to say something about the game. No, this game uses the F key for the flashlight, but also the space bar for turning it on and off. Similarly, Synthetic uses the R key for reload, but it also uses the space bar for reload. Kind of gives you a sense of what they expect you to be doing a lot of in each of these games. All right, so I'm gonna avoid those. What is happening? Okay, let me make sure that I've actually got a sandwich ready to go.
I would not go that way.
That seems bad.
That way is death.
Hello? Do you want to tag along? Sure, you seem like a trustworthy mage. The exit is this way. Why don't you go in front? Oh, you're just gonna stay behind me?
Relatively shortly, you're going to pick up a key and unlock... Yeah, you picked up the door unlock code. To unlock the door, you have to stand next to the door and face towards it and just stay there until it's unlocked.
Oh, interesting. Okay. This...
Yep. Now everything's exploding. Just run. Just run. Keep running.
No! Oh, that looks like a bad one.
Oh no, doors you don't have to work towards to unlock.
Okay, that was nice.
So, I love how they put a mirror here, because it can freak you out and make you think it's a zombie.
Yeah, that's true. Welcome to Basingstoke.
Great, now we've gone through the tutorial, we're into the main game, which is procedurally generated.
Oh, really? I mean,
So this is kind of a roguelike and kind of not a roguelike.
So, yeah, like, okay, so if I die now, how much progress do I lose? Do I have to start over at the beginning?
You have to start from the beginning of this level. So you don't have to do the tutorial again. So those exit doors are one way.
Like the one right in front of me here?
Yeah.
It won't open the other direction? Okay, good to know.
No,
Well,
but there shouldn't be anything in here that you actually need.
whoa, I jump over stuff. Whoa.
Yes, so these
Whoa.
vaulting over these things you do by moving into them while looking at them. Remember to use your flashlight to check if anything's lootable.
Oh, it really just
Things
won't light up.
Yeah, you have to have direct line of sight to things and a light on them, or you cannot see if they're lootable. And once you've done that, you can loot them. But even if you know you can loot something and it hasn't been lit up before, you can't loot it.
Oh, wow.
So I would turn the flashlight off and walk whenever moving into an area that you're not sure if there's zombies.
Oh, did I just hide?
Because it's better to see them first. Yes.
So I'm just hiding in a dumpster, peeking around?
Yeah,
Nice.
this will automatically de-aggro any enemy that's on you.
Oh, okay. Even if they're right on me?
Yes.
So I've got a lot of loose change here. A fat wallet
So,
with £2.15.
In case you do get a zombie on you, vaulting over stuff is a great way to lose them because none of the enemies can path over vaultable things.
Let me real quick check the graphics options and see if I can brighten it. Yeah, let's brighten it a little bit just because I want to make sure that people who are watching have maximum ability to actually see what's going on.
Yes. Having some difficulty seeing enemies without the flashlight on is very deliberate, it seems. Remember to light the bodies up so you can see if they've got stuff on them.
So I am inclined just to keep my flashlight on all the time because I'm going to... Oh, hello.
So an interesting dynamic here, by the way. Remember, vaulting over things is a great way to lose enemies.
Mm-hmm. Also
And
makes noise.
They'll follow your trail for a little bit, and then they'll go back to wandering where they were.
Oh, okay, I can see that. And oh, wow, that guy's following me.
Yeah. Also, hit tab.
Tab.
Go to
a map.
Yeah. Yes, you have a map. And if you see a signpost, walk up to it, and it will update your map for everything nearby.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Now, you can walk through fire, just don't stand in it.
Okay. All right, so all I have is this hairspray right now. Like, I don't have any of the...
So,
oh, crap.
I would not
seems
hide
bad.
there. The zombie can follow you there.
Oh, so these guys do something very similar to the enemies in Revenge of the Titans, which is they have a long attack animation that they start when they get to you. Oh, crap, this guy's still following me. Get away from me, jerk.
Street light. Tab for info.
Ah! Sticky tape. I can make stuff with it. Street light. Makes me more visible. Ah, well, and a wheelie bin. Oh my gosh, so many things. Okay.
Yeah. Remember, so there's something weird here, which is you cannot look up the encyclopedia entries, remember light, for an item in your inventory
Well, this is a bad
directly.
place to
You
be.
need to actually go into the alphabetic encyclopedia to find them.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, which is really weird because in the crafting menu, you can look them up directly.
Hmm.
By the way, the map will also show the location of your objective.
Oh, okay. Let's try that out. Okay, so it's up ahead of me. That's good to know.
Yep.
I'm going the right direction. All I got is some hairspray and some sticky tape.
Yeah, so the hairspray will briefly make enemies panic if you spray them with it.
I'm betting I can, like...
I think it's panic.
I'm betting I can craft it with some matches or something to make something more dramatic.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, there's a signpost. So now your
Feels-
map's been updated. If you hit tab now...
Is the game paused when my map's up?
Yes. It's when your map is up or when you're scrolling through your inventory, the game is paused. Also, what it's showing you here is actually the start of the next level.
Oh,
Remember,
right here?
Yeah. The one of the doors into that building is basically the end of this level.
Okay, so I'll want to probably explore and try to see if I can, while surviving, find as much equipment as I can and then go through the exit? Classic roguelike
Usually the
strategy?
dead ends marked by the red have stuff in them. Remember to look all around with your light when you turn it on, because there's often bodies or zombies where you don't expect them.
Can zombies see me?
Also,
oh.
you need to have it on for a short period of time before it actually counts for either making you more visible or for seeing objects. If a zombie starts jogging, that usually means they've seen you.
So, if I shine my light away from a zombie, does it still see me better?
You're still more visible. Also, there's an interesting dynamic which goes on where your view distance that you can get with the light on is further away than enemies will see you when the light is on.
Okay. So I can kind of spy on them from afar.
Yeah. And your view distance when the light is off is significantly farther than they'll see you when the light is off. But it is pretty close to the distance that they'll see you when the light's on.
So these things that are lighting up, are they lighting up because they're near fire and so they're being lit even though my flashlight isn't here?
They're being lit by something else.
Unlocks extra carry slots for this character class. Okay, if I get it to the exit?
Yes. So you don't currently actually have an inventory limit, but you'll see.
Okay, so he's now trying to come after me that direction.
What happened there, I believe, is either you went through an area he can't pass through, or you made noise while running.
I think I made noise on the other side of the fence while I was running, and that led him to... Okay, he's just going to stand there? Well, that's useless. Actually, maybe I'll attract him on purpose. Hey, buddy!
There's another guy, by the way, just beyond him.
Okay, cool. Well, I think I'll just attract him over here.
They really seem to have deliberately made the zombies hard to see when you're not looking right at their glowing eyes or have a flashlight on them.
Oh, yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah, so he is right near the door that you need to unlock. You can see it because it's got a massive keyhole.
Yes, and I do not have a key for it yet, I imagine? Oh, crap.
I believe you actually picked up the key already. Yeah, in the upper right you can see.
Oh, I do have a key. Okay, you're right. So I can go through there. I'm not sure if there's much more. Oh, yay, sandwich. I'm not sure if
there's a little bit off to the right and a few minor things that you get past, but nothing major.
I'm trying to hit tab to make my map show up. Do I have to...
If you hit tab when there's a prompt to hit tab, you'll bring up the encyclopedia entry for the thing.
I'm hitting tab right now.
Otherwise it...
And it's not
showing
coming
your
up.
map?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, that's strange. Well, you can always select it in the menu.
Okay, so maybe that's just a bug.
Yeah, for some reason you can also select the light in the menu, and what runs and what doesn't run when the game is paused. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, we actually had issues with that in State of Decay 2. When you pause the game, if you got backpack straps that are like physics enabled, they at least, I don't know if it still happens, but for a long time they would just keep waggling while everything else in the world was frozen. So you found a new campsite, the Red Lion. Your inventory is permanently added to the campsite stash. Select items from the stash to take with you. Oh, okay. So now I've got like a home base.
Yeah, so this uses the same progression saving mechanic as Revenge of the Titans does, and Droid Assault uses the same one. However,
like I can go back and replay and then get new stuff that I didn't get before?
Yeah, in this one, it's also part of the flexible difficulty, because you can come through again and add more stuff to the stash and take stuff out, and you'll have more inventory slots. And each character class has their own set of campsite stashes and unlocking levels. Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, by the way, Asgard SGC and Bilbo have both joined us in the chat. So, hi guys, welcome to the show.
So now you're only bringing the sandwich with you. Typically, what's good when you're leaving a stash to get is ideally you want at least one melee weapon, which of course you haven't found yet.
Yeah. Oh, here's a police station.
So now the game really starts. No, your goal is to get to the police station. By the way, there's a bit in the lower left that I think may have a melee weapon for you.
This land in the lower left? Ah, pool cue.
I would hit tab for info on that or go to the encyclopedia directly.
Okay, so stuns swarmlets and prowlers. It's weak and it breaks easily. And then I've also got darts, which hurts weak enemies, does not attract attention, and it's part of a crafting recipe. And I got a water bottle. It's interesting to enemies, but not irresistible. It puts out fires.
So things that are interesting, enemies will go after if they aren't aggroed on you.
Okay, but sandwiches, they'll actually prefer a sandwich to me if I throw down a sandwich.
Yeah, although it may take a moment. Check your map, by the way, to see how extensive this building is. So inside buildings is usually a great place to go most of the time because they tend to have lots of loot and zombies can't go through doors unless they're open.
Okay, so it looks like there's a whole section of the building over here that I missed. And so before I go out this way, I probably want to search around there.
Yes. Even if you loot nothing else, to loot any building you come across. So that's whenever you go through doors, I recommend flashlight off, walking until you can tell that there's no zombies, and then you can turn the flashlight on to see if there's any lootables.
All right.
If there are lootables behind them, you'll have to knock them out to get to them.
And I'm not feeling super confident that that's a good idea.
Well, you did just start this level, so if you die, I mean, you only go back a tiny bit. You need the flashlight on.
Yeah, I got it. I got some scrap. Hope that was worth losing the sandwich.
Scrap is of all the items that are like dedicated crafting items. Scrap is probably the most important because you'll see soon there are shops, and scrap is the only one you can never buy in a shop.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess, yeah.
Also, it gets used a lot. I don't know why that body highlighted. Oh, so turn on your light while you're in there. Go back in there. Turn on the light. See that wall?
Yeah.
Something seems strange about that wall. Think you might be able to do something with that wall?
I think I just accidentally threw a sandwich at that wall, which wasn't a good move.
I don't think you actually did.
I think I threw it and then picked it up again immediately.
Yeah. So they're destructible walls, which can give you shortcuts and open secret areas.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I got a flare? Let's find out about flares.
Yeah. You probably don't want to bother knocking down that next wall.
It's just the way out?
I think... Yeah. Actually, no. I think when you hit destructible walls, it doesn't actually damage your... the weapon's durability. Because I just remembered, so frying pan is like the weakest weapon, and I deliberately get rid of them because they give you scrap. And I was hitting one against one of those walls for ages and nothing happened. I would, turn off the light before you walk through.
Oh, I got a truncheon.
Yeah,
and
so there are multiple melee weapons on each tier, but some are faster or more durable than others, I think. It doesn't actually tell you that they are.
So I feel like I should save my truncheon.
You can. Remember, you can check your map, by the way. Oh. I usually, as I'm going through, I check the map to see, okay, where do I want to loot next?
All right, let me... Okay, so I can just get this alleyway and then into dead ends. Okay, so I can get the rest of this alleyway. Probably want to check over here and then keep going the same direction.
Yes. Yeah, it's also really good just knowing the general layout so you don't run into a dead end with a horde on your tail.
That's a good point.
Remember that you can extend your cursor beyond to look further.
Okay, looks like there's nothing of value down here, so I'm gonna head back this way. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I'm running around with abandon. Oh, my map updated. All right. I assume these recycling icons are the dumpsters. Wah!
Yes. Yeah, that's why you want to look as far ahead as possible. So yeah, you want to go in here because here's a parking lot. Turn on your light.
Lots of cars?
You want to look all around.
Some cars down there. So a parking ticket machine? What's that?
If you melee that, you will get money.
Oh, and a crowbar opens it silently. But, yeah, so
I would turn off your light before the zombies can see you. And I would walk towards those cars because some of them can be alarmed. And you'll get a very brief indicator. Okay, none of them were.
So I've got a police station access code. Okay, these zombies are probably going to hear me if I start beating on this, right?
So that's the code to get into the police station. Yes, but you can always run away from them. Up to you. Oh.
No loot?
You need your light to actually see the loot. See, now you can loot it.
All right, well, let's leave these guys on a merry chase.
Over things. Yeah. Yeah, remember you can vault stuff to get away, but that you need to be looking at it. That's really important.
Okay, so I've hit the jackpot. That's nice.
Yeah, there's in-game achievements, by the way, and that's how you unlock character classes.
Oh, really? Where can I see my progress towards those?
They pop up occasionally when you make progress towards them. I think they're also Steam achievements, though.
Okay, so just look there.
It won't tell you which ones to unlock character classes. Yeah,
so I thought it said toilet, but that's not what that says. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little spot to investigate here, but I really want to get down this way.
Yeah. Do you see the pound signs?
Yes.
You want to get to those.
Okay, because there's fancy, delicious loot there.
There's something there.
Okay, nothing special.
Usually these little side things either have a dumpster or like one body or nothing.
All right, so let's just get away from these zombies.
So, by the way, cars break line of sight, but the light works through them.
Oh, weird. So that means I can see things on the other side of the car, but the zombies can't see me?
Yes. So turn on your light now. You're perfectly safe. You can look far ahead. So you've got a signpost there. You've got a few
How do you
zombies,
learn that?
Things you can...
Just trial and error?
Yeah, I just noticed how things worked.
Oh, wow.
Also, you'll notice anytime you vault over something, there's a very small noise cone that gets generated.
Oh, right.
So you lucked out here. Go to the surplus. Don't bother with the food. Food and drink ones are common.
Oh,
so
wow.
So when you're in a shop, the game is paused, even if there's a horde of zombies right behind you. And you can spend the money you've looted here. And every shop, in addition to whatever else it has, will sell insurance policies.
Insurance policies?
Wait, this one isn't selling that? Maybe the rare shops don't sell that?
I definitely wanted a flashbang grenade.
There's the rare ones are the army surplus shop. Yeah, go to the eat shop. Maybe that one has.
There it is, insurance policy.
There we go, insurance policy.
What's that?
So this, so if you die in this level and try again, you'll have everything back at the campsite, but it will generate a new level. If you use an insurance policy, you can save mid-level, which will save the state that level is in. So,
like at the moment I buy it right here at this vending machine, that's what will be saved?
No, you buy it and then you can use it at any time.
Oh, interesting.
So it will save all of the progress you've made and save the actual level you're in, although that doesn't mean you'll get the same loot. Important distinction there. Because the loot seems to be drawn from a pool that's larger than the number of lootable objects.
So this will stun an enemy if I throw it at the enemy. And chili sauce.
It can also be used to... Yeah, chili sauce you use mainly to make hot sandwiches and stuff, which will cause enemies to light on fire when they eat them.
Oh, that sounds amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's really great because an enemy on fire will attract other enemies to it, and if they stand near the enemy on fire after it dies, they will light on fire. So you can kill like half a horde.
All right, so
you can sneak really close to the zombies as long as they're not looking at you.
Cool.
Sorry, did you have a question?
I forgot. I think I was going to actually ask you that exact same thing. Is if I could sneak past that zombie. I'm going to always read these signs as toilet instead of to let.
Remember to use the light to check anything that looks like a container.
Oh, that looks like a container.
Well, yeah, and as you can see, it legitimately greatly increases your visibility.
So
oh yeah, the postcards. Those are just fun little collectibles, basically. So a drink thing just has slightly different items. Of course, you don't eat or drink in this game.
So it's all just stuff I can use as weapons, distractions, that kind of thing.
Yes, crafting materials. Yeah, the two rare ones are the army surplus and the DIY shops. So the DIY is mainly crafting materials and some melee weapons, mainly. And then army is like various things that could be classified as weapons.
So far, I haven't encountered an opportunity to craft.
So actually hit Q. Because you actually do have items you can craft with.
Oh,
actually no. Exit by hitting R real quick before you do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in your inventory items with a blue outline around them. Mm-hmm. That means there's a crafting recipe you can make right now that those items are part of.
So if I want to make a hot sandwich, so irresistible enemies, and it'll set them on fire. So I can just eliminate a bunch of enemies if I can attract them to my extra hot sandwich.
It will set one enemy on fire. And we're very shortly, we're about to learn another reason that you want to walk.
What is going on here? Do I want to use my insurance policy? Is something terrible about to happen?
You might want to. So check the map real quick.
Oh, something just started happening in front of me.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
Ah!
So you can see the... I would go back to the map and pause the game.
Okay. Hazards of some kind out
So
here?
you can see those construction symbols.
Mm-hmm.
Construction sites are one of the kind of basically bottlenecks that you'll have to go through in various levels that will usually have more zombies than most of the level has.
Okay.
And those will get more frequent and intense the further you get in the game.
Oh, fun.
So it's often good to use insurance policies right before those.
So I guess I will use an insurance policy then. By the way, a while ago, Bilbo pointed out that with the parking ticket printer, we could print yourself as many parking tickets as we want for us and our friends. So it's a missed opportunity there. Okay,
so scroll to the insurance policy in your inventory, and then just hit.
There it is.
The and then
use
just
it.
Hit
Game
use it.
saved.
Everything is used by the left mouse button. And anytime you need time to think, because there's a bunch of zombies on your tail, just scroll into your inventory.
That makes sense.
So
okay, there's a bunch of zombies over there,
which should now be in the encyclopedia, is the tentacle.
Yeah.
So tentacles cannot see, but if you walk directly over them or you make noise, they will pop out and try to grab something near them.
And what happens if you get grabbed?
You die.
And then you said they can or can't be killed?
They can be killed, but you don't have anything that can kill them. And usually it's better either to avoid them or to lure a zombie into them. And once they grab something, they won't come back.
Okay. So it looks like I can't actually go this way. Oh, wait, no. Maybe I can go over this way around the tree.
Yeah. Bushes also, a lot of different terrain things will not block the light, but will block sight for the zombies.
Okay, yeah, so looks like I am going to have to sneak by those guys.
Yeah, and I think there may be a building to the left of them that you could duck into to loot if you're feeling like taking that risk.
So many things. Okay, so
yeah, so
there might be a building over here.
Anytime you see a door, I can see a white door in that left section. That means there's a building there.
All right.
Usually they're worth going into if you can do it relatively safely.
So I could test out my sandwich
here or save it.
I'm going to use it up just because this sounds fun.
Or you could use the sausage roll.
That's true, because all I need to do is sneak by these guys?
Yeah, because there's pretty much always a bottleneck at the very end of the level.
Oh, good point. Okay, so I've got the truncheon. I had a pipe, too. Is that also a melee weapon? Oh, it's an ingredient. Pipe bombs and stuff, I guess?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, Bilbo, the disembodied voice does know a lot about the game. You can also make homemade guns, but they're not very good.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the disembodied voice belongs to CloudcraftGames, who's one of my friends and frequent collaborators on this stream. He's got a Twitch channel of his own if you want to look it up. I usually, if you're watching this on YouTube later on, I'll put a link to his stuff down in the doobly-doo. So
yeah. So by the way, do not go out the lower door because that is probably a one-way exit.
Okay. So this place
again
seems
another
abandoned.
place you can probably use the light because
another suitcase.
Tall things block line of sight. Oh, not much wood in this one.
All right. So let's. Okay. So I need to go
By the
back
way,
out.
You now have exactly one of all of the dedicated crafting items, and having one of any of them usually isn't that useful. Turn off the light first. You don't want zombies to see you the moment you pop out. Oh, one really nice feature about the stealth system, zombies will de-aggro the moment you get somewhere they can't pathfind. So you don't have to wait, which is really nice.
So this bottleneck here, I might not have a way past it.
Yeah, you could run, but you may have to throw... Actually, I would check the map first. Make sure you don't.
Oop, that is not... I was holding down shift. Yeah, it looks like that's the only way through.
Yeah. So throwing a sandwich to the right of you might be your best bet. Or the sausage roll, because the sausage roll isn't on fire, and you can save the fire for later.
All right, so like over here, is that where I want it?
Yeah.
Will they see it from that far away?
The guys on screen right now definitely will. I don't know how far away any others might be. But if there's just one, you can probably sneak past. Remember to hold walk as you go past them, but do so quickly. Some have aggroed on you now.
Yeah, let's see how fast I can get away from them here. So let's look at the map again. So there might be some stuff over here, but this looks like it's my destination.
Yep.
Oh, there's something.
Yeah. Lots of little nooks and crannies will have bodies, so it's rare that you go someplace that's more than like an extremely short little jump into a side area that doesn't reward you with something. It's
pretty nice.
Yeah, most of the elements here are handcrafted elements just pieced together by procedural generation.
So somebody put a lot of effort into making sure that something that looks like a hiding place is usually a hiding place. Yeah.
The enemy locations are a lot more random than the actual structures. So do you see the screen shake going on here?
Yes. Should I be scared?
That's because there's a tentacle nearby, and if you were running, not only would you probably alert it, but the shaking from running would make it harder to spot the shaking from the tentacle.
Cool.
If you're feeling bold, you could chuck a sausage onto where one of the tentacles is sitting and see zombies get eaten.
But so are all of these tentacles, all these holes?
At least two of them are. I can't tell with one of them.
All I've got is the extra hot sandwich.
Right. Yeah, you should probably say that. By the way, that flashbang is extremely powerful. Like, if they're all over you, many of them, and you have no other recourse, that's what that flashbang is for.
It just stuns them all?
Yeah, for quite a while. Or actually, no, I don't think it's as long as if you do a melee attack. Their sight cone, by the way, is fairly narrow, in addition to being fairly short. At least when you don't have the light on.
What's that?
Hit it. Oh, wait. No, don't hit it. Oh, yes, hit it. Hit it. Now run. So, if you hit... You probably want to go into the encyclopedia anytime you encounter a new enemy, but that was a prowler. So those are the first aliens that you'll encounter in the game.
Aliens?
Yes, aliens. So they are slightly weaker than zombies. They are as weak in the front as zombies are in the back. So you can actually kill them with basic melee weapons. Except for the frying pan, because the frying pan is terrible.
The pool cue is better than the frying pan? In real
Yes.
life, I would be much more confident using a frying pan to beat somebody than a pool cue.
Well, the pool cue, you can get more momentum going.
I guess so.
Oh, hit info on the keep left sign. You probably want that.
Smash it with a melee weapon or shoot it to break it. Delayed action, high damage, big area. Really? So like... So I can like
that will
cause an explosion?
electrocute things around it for a while and then stop. But if it's stopped, don't necessarily trust that it's actually stopped. Wait a little bit. Because I've been zapped that way. I would check the map. Because you're going into the final stretch here. Oh, yes. Sorry. You're right. They're swarmlets. Prowlers are the zombies. Swarmlets are the basic aliens.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Swarmlets, in addition to moving and attacking faster than the zombies, you can still outrun them, but you do so very gradually.
Uh-huh.
They also, instead of just meandering around an area, they have patrol paths.
Oh, okay.
And at first, it will just be a line back and forth, but I'm pretty sure there are invisible crisscrossing lanes of patrol paths, and later on, you'll see patrolling enemies can start switching between different ones.
Huh. So, Prince C1234 has joined the chat, and he says that, he knows an awful lot about this game. So let's definitely keep an eye on what he says in case he knows extra stuff.
Please do spill anything on the internals that you've got. I have played to the end with the basic class of the game and unlocked all but one of the classes. So I've figured out a fair few things, but I'm sure there's plenty I don't have. Also, you're not using your light to check for loot at all.
Oh, crap.
Run.
You're right that I wasn't using my light, because I was scared of all the zombies around me.
So luckily, I don't think any of them saw you. Oh, that guy saw you because you were using your light. Now you're running towards the swarm. That's probably a bad move.
Doop-de-doop. Oh, one guy saw me. Ah!
I wouldn't unlock that yet. I would get that one body.
Ultra Brew!
There you go. Also, check your crafting menu before you go in, because there's only so much you can take out with you when you go to the campsite.
Okay. So, Prince C1234 revealed that he's one of the devs of the game. So the last time somebody came in who sounded like they might be one of the devs for the game that I was playing, I guessed that they were, and I was wrong. And so I didn't want to do that with you too, Prince. But thank you for showing up for our stream. And yeah, would love to hear anything you have to tell us about what we're doing wrong.
Thank you. I love these games. I've been analyzing them for a long time before these streams.
So I would
craft
sandwich.
the extra hot sandwich before you go. And now you have 2 of those to either leave for next time you go through or to take with you this time.
All right. So I think, is there any reason for me to go out there again? I mean...
if you want to loot more, yes. I would probably go out there, but since you're new at the game, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've got a lot of stuff, but maybe what I've got is actually not that impressive.
Yeah. He says...
Police station! Sorry, what?
Prince C says to call him Kaz.
Okay, call you Kaz. I did find a suitcase.
Yeah, he did find the suitcase.
So yeah, I found the suitcase.
Yeah.
Suitcase in the previous level, and I found the suitcase in this level. So my inventory is
to clarify, the suitcase expands how many you can take from the campsite. There's no maximum when you're out in the field.
Okay, oh, that's interesting.
So you want a melee weapon. You want at least one thing that will let you deal with a horde you can't just walk past.
Like a flashbang or like a
flashbang or a sandwich, and later on I usually go for explosives. And then other things that are good to take are often all the crafting items. So the batteries. The components, the pipe, scrap, duct tape. Especially if you have a lot of it built up, because there are max stacks on various things, and the max stack for crafting items is 9.
Okay, so the
So if you come with more than the max stack amount into a campsite, you'll just lose the items.
all right, so I mean, you know better than I whether a component or scrap will be more likely to be used, or a pipe or scrap.
I would usually go with scrap over any of the other crafting items, except perhaps batteries, because those get used for a lot of things.
All right, well, let's go with this pile then. Loading. So we've only got about 9 minutes left. So unfortunately, because I'm here. I'm here at the office, and so I have to actually get back to doing my day job, which is also to develop video games. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did actually forget that components are actually pretty rare. I just usually go for scrap over anything else because I can't buy scrap in any of the stores.
Okay, so I'm still inside.
Next to the scrap, components are probably the most valuable. Remember, light off walking when you go through doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will not complete this level, but you might as well see a bit of it.
So, okay, so what happens when I quit the game? Like if I just explore the police station and quit, is it going to forget that progress, or?
So, actually, Kaz might be able to enlighten further on this, because I'm still figuring out how some of the save mechanics work. If you don't have an insurance policy used, this is a room that shows up in the police station every time that has specific items. So the stun gun and the camera. The camera
does the stun gun, does it stun zombies? Like, is that like a really effective? Yes. That's cool.
Yes, it's not silent, but it stuns zombies. The camera will blind them so they can't see you, and it takes a little picture that'll save to your desktop.
What?
Or not to your desktop, but to a folder. Unfortunately, it's
awesome.
Really low resolution.
Well, that's still fine. Oh wait, is this the room I just did?
Right, yes. So when you save and quit out of a level, it's an instant save, but if you die, you'll go back to the start. However, if when you're on the start screen, when you hit to play the campaign, it will pop up a prompt that says continue or new game. If you don't go with continue, you will lose that save, and you'll have to go back to the last campsite.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
Same thing applies with insurance policies.
Okay, just trying to see if that body is lootable, but it's not. So I'm just going to get out of here.
Yeah, it varies a bit. What you really want to do is find the cell key in here, and then loot the toilet in the prison cell.
Wait, what? Find what kind of key?
You want to find the cell key before you leave the police station, and then loot the toilet in the prison cell.
Okay, so did I already go here? I'm trying to. Oh, that is not the one I wanted to hit. I think I already went here. Was this the room that had all the zombies in it? Yup.
Actually, Kaz, can you enlighten on whether or not the loot that you get from various containers, including bodies, is drawn from a generated pool as opposed to being random? Because I know in certain set pieces that you'll always get certain loot, but I'm not sure if how it works when you're not in those set pieces. Yes, I did point out before that you could run for a little bit without making noise, and that eventually you get to the point where it's run a little, walk, over and over.
I appreciate that.
By the way,
I was saying I appreciate
the body at the desk you passed is lootable.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're on a little bit of a delay with each other, so actually I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I appreciate the fact that this game, if you describe the rules, one-hit kills from enemies, stuff like that, it sounds really punishing, but actually there's a lot of things like the fact that you don't make noise until you've run for a couple of seconds, where a lot of effort went into taking this very punishing game, but still making it forgiving in the ways that matter. Like avoiding cases where the player's going to be really frustrated because they did something by accident that shouldn't have had the effect that it had.
Remember, you can knock zombies out.
It's true.
Although this guy you could just avoid. By the way, that window you walked past, you can jump through those.
Oh, okay.
And
is it like vaulting?
If the glass isn't, if the glass is intact, you need a little bit of a run up. But if it's not intact, you can just vault normally.
So I'm not finding any cell keys. I'm wondering if maybe it's missing from this particular generation.
It shouldn't be. I have never not found one.
Huh.
You probably just didn't loot something. But if you can't find it, that's okay.
So this guy really wants to be looking at me. Hey, buddy. Come here.
Yeah, there's always a guy guarding the actual cell, by the way. The key is always near-ish the lock. I assume you mean that that means it's in the same general area or building, because I've never not found the key in the actual building. Also, Kaz clarified that the loot is drawn from decks randomly, and that there's filters on it. There, holding cell key.
Okay, so where's the holding cell?
Hit tab, go to the map. By the way, he
will
wake
this
up
room,
eventually.
right there.
Yeah, the red door. Red doors are locks.
All right, we'll get this done, and then this will probably be the last thing we accomplish before I need to go back to doing my actual job.
Yes, that's unfortunate, but I would highly recommend, even if you don't do it on stream, playing through more of this.
Oh yeah, no, this game has officially fascinated me.
Yeah, Kaz, if you're not aware, Geoffrey is what is it, lead designer?
No, I'm just some old designer.
Oh, okay. So you want to go inside that room and loot the toilet. You really didn't need to do that. That was unnecessary. He had a wife and kids.
He deserved it.
How dare you?
He's a bad person.
So
GPS goggles?
GPS goggles, those will show you the direction to the exit, but more importantly, they're a crafting component that you can use to make 3 other types of goggles that are much more useful.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That they basically add information to your HUD while they're activated, but they use up batteries.
All right, and then here's a bunch of other stuff that I got that I hadn't quite looked at yet. Oh wow! So Kaz says that he's a programmer in the marine seismic oil exploration industry, and so is Puppy Games like is Puppy Games basically like a side project for the developers on it on this stuff? Because this stuff, I mean, it comes across as pretty slick and professional for it being somebody's side gig.
Especially for what I believe is a 3-man operation.
Yeah, I'm
By the way, police cars are always lootable.
So I just gotta make sure I'm in a good spot where I'm not gonna attract all these zombies.
Yeah, they also never have alarms.
Well, that's helpful. Well, I think before I start doing anything too crazy, I should probably save and quit here and wait till I can sort of afford to spend the time. Wow. Okay, well, Kaz, I'm really sorry to hear that that Basingstoke didn't actually sell that well, because I mean I on one side, I hadn't heard of it until Cloudcraft recommended it to me through word of mouth, and so I can believe that. But at the same time, playing it, I mean, it's pretty slick. Like I think more people should check it out. I'll definitely. I mean, my reach is very small. I only have a very small number of followers here and on YouTube and on Twitter. But I'll definitely promote this as much as I can. With what limited reach I have, because this is a really cool game. There's a lot of very serious high-end stealth games that aren't as interesting and fun and satisfying as this has been just for the first hour that I've been playing it.
Yeah, and you haven't even seen how the challenge progression curve goes. Like throughout the game, it's introducing new enemies and changing up kind of what the enemies you already know of are doing and how they show up.
Well, I'm sorry that I have to quit now because, I've got my own game to make, but I'll definitely come back to this game and keep exploring it. And thank you so much for showing up, Kaz. And tell the rest of your team that we're really excited and happy about this game. And I hope that long term that Puppy Games does well, because you guys make some really good stuff. I mean, Cloudcraft hasn't been able to say enough about how how awesome these games are and how interested he's been in exploring what you guys have done.
Oh, yes. I fully volunteer to do another stream so I can say more.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have to come back to this.
I didn't even get through half the stuff I want to say about this game.
Well, let's definitely do another stream. Maybe whether it's later this week or next week or something. Let's keep exploring this game together, because I think it's definitely worth the time.
Yeah, and feel free to play on your own time if you have any, because it won't disrupt me telling you about the game to have you play on your own.
Have me just sort of leap ahead and have gaps in the experience. Okay, well, thank you everybody for showing up, and again, thank you especially Kaz for showing up and giving us some info on the game, and yeah, and thanks to Cloudcraft for bringing this up. I never would have found this on my own, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
it's my pleasure.
And let's I'll just really quick do my usual thing where you know, once this is on YouTube, I'll pop up some videos here and a subscribe button, both for me and for Cloudcraft, and I guess that's all.